We're going to do a little example of the binomial theorem. Now, there's a few things to get your head around here, so you need to take your time and pause this video a few times. We're going to look at exercise 5C, question 3e, and this is the question here. It wants the first four terms only of this pretty horrible looking expression here. Let's just turn back a minute to something slightly simpler. One of the basic ideas is that when we expand out something like this, a plus b to the power of 5, it's called a binomial because obviously there are two terms in it. So a polynomial might have many terms and different powers, whereas a binomial will have just two. When we expand it, you should get certain terms, or you should expect to get certain terms. One of them will be an a to the power of 5 term. You should stop the video now and think, what are the other terms that are going to be in my answer? So a to the power of 5 is one, a to the 4b is another. Stop the video now and think about what the other terms are going to look like. So you should have had a think about that. Don't just watch and wait for me to show you the answer, but you should find that all the different terms will look like this. And there are clearly some patterns there. The power of a decreases as we go towards the right hand side, whereas the power of b increases. The total index, if you like, is always 5, which is the power that you started with. So the powers 2 and 3 that I've highlighted in yellow obviously add up to 5 that I've highlighted in yellow at the top. Let's have a look now at the actual question. We need to write it out first, and it looks complicated until we get used to what we're doing here. So let's just go for it. This is equal to 10, 0, and we'll come to what that means in a minute, 2 to the power of 10. So this is like my a and b in this example. If we reference to the first one, my a is just 2, my b is minus a half x. So we've got to be a bit careful with that one, so I've put it in brackets right from the start. So that's the first term. Second term would be 10, 1, 2 to the power of 9, minus a half x to the power 1, which we don't really need to write. Third term, 10, 2, which means how many ways of choosing 2 from 10, and we'll come to that in a minute. 2 to the power of 8, minus a half x squared. We've just got to go for it at the beginning. We don't want to get too worried about working them out at this stage. Final term then, because we only want 4, 10, 3, 2 to the power of 7, minus a half x cubed. It does go on, but it doesn't tell us to find those ones. So we're now going to try and evaluate them, which is going to be tricky. I would like you to try and work them out using the formula which says that if we get something like, just get this out of the way a minute, if we've got something like 10, 2, then that is 10 factorial over 2 factorial, 8 factorial, with 8 being 10 take away 2. So see if you can now evaluate, again, on your own, see if you can work out these different numbers. And then watch the next video.